Chapter 845. Either, without hesitation, thrust his sword toward the exposed center of the charging opponent. As the tip of his sword buried itself, the expected sensation of piercing flesh and bone was absent. The illusion of the explosively powerful elkins ceased silently, blurring like mist before scattering aimlessly and vanishing, much like it had always done. Then all was silent. Either, catching his breath and focusing his eyes, sought Nahan, who had once again concealed his presence amidst the illusion. Invisible to the eye, yet either could distinctly feel his proximity. If he's managed to fabricate such an illusion, he's surely suppressed his limits long ago. Truly a tenacious adversary. Among the numerous foes he had faced, this was one aspect either had to acknowledge. A faint disturbance suddenly caught Idris' sharp attention near him. Clang. Reacting reflexively with agile swiftness, Either, who swung his sword, furrowed his brows upon seeing the new figure, who seemed poised to block his attack. Again? However, the newly emerged enemy was distinctly different from those before. Emerging from the shadows, gradually taking on color, was Kishir, dressed in a formal suit with white gloves. The golden-haired man's outline flickered, blurring and almost disintegrating repeatedly. Yudhir's irritation surged, involuntarily tightening his grip on his sword. Even in my distracted state, do you think I will fall for the same illusion twice in one day? At least it didn't get sliced immediately upon appearing like the others just now. That's sufficient for now. These words, not expecting a response, were unexpectedly met by Kishir's voice. However, it wasn't Kishir's typical soft, deep tone, but a voice rough and reeking of blood. Either, eyes narrowing coldly, addressed the owner of the voice. Do you still have enough sanity left to pull off such tricks, Nahan? Then Kishir, or rather Nahan, smiled slightly with his lips. Undoubtedly, Kishir's face, yet the expression was unmistakably different. It's not about what's left. I have gained the power to break free from the cumbersome limits of the flesh. What are you saying? I have managed to overlay my existence with an illusion, enabling me to stand before you like this. Do you understand? ... Nahan, able to move somewhat normally through the illusion, couldn't change the fact that his physical body was rapidly deteriorating due to the rampage. Yet he seemed unconcerned. It's not that he doesn't care. It's more like he's lost his mind to the extent that he doesn't think about it anymore. Watching Kishir's facade calmly utter such words, it became glaringly clear that Nahan was deeply deranged. Whether that was an advantage or not was another matter. Either exhaled deeply, looking around. I may not fully grasp your current state, Nahan, but are you in a rampage? The power you think you wield is nothing but ashes obtained by burning your life force, and soon even that will vanish. A rampage? Is that what you call the state? Nahan asked, tilting his head with a laugh. Yes. Aha, I see. So that's why I feel such overwhelming power. Well, it's not bad. It's been a long time since I have felt this free. To die agonizingly in an explosion or at the hands of another, that's the only path left for you. I am perfectly fine now without any pain. If you hadn't obstructed me, I would have already stepped outside and dealt the deserved punishment to those I have finally found, the true targets of my vengeance. True targets of vengeance indeed. Nahan must have already assessed Hosanna's memories. Despite this realization, either casually diverted the conversation. True targets of vengeance, you say? The sage has already been captured by us, so give it up. No, that old and arrogant liar doesn't matter to me anymore. What I seek is far more significant, more despicable, and more deserving of death. Those worms of the south who have trampled upon countless lives creating original sin. As Nahan's hate-filled speech lengthened and the illusion began to crumble, Yudhir swiftly swung his sword, slicing through the illusion's chest like lightning. He thought it was a perfect strike, but the illusion simply split into two and vanished, only to reappear suddenly behind Yudhir. Nahan, still wearing Kishir's smiling face, laughed. Oh, to still have such energy after all that fighting. You are truly remarkable. I admire that ability. ... Cutting down your opponent without a moment's hesitation, even when they just spoke to you. What would you have done if it was real? Instead of responding, Yudhir once again used his power. The illusion, consumed by fierce flames, vanished and then reappeared from another direction. Now that I think about it, it's always been strange. The thing you feared the most was the cavalry commander. Yet, despite that, you were too close to him, even to the point of having forbidden relationships. What exactly is your relationship? I have seen many fears throughout the years, but yours is the first of its kind. It's incomprehensible. The illusion was dispersed by a fierce wind. But when I looked into the fears of the cavalry commander, guess what? You appeared there. Did you know? A sharp ice-like stream of water pierced straight through the chattering illusion's face. You're not surprised. Really strange. But the strangest part was just now. Do you know what I'm about to say? After saying this, Nahan, despite being scattered and vanishing countless times by Yudhir's relentless power, continued to resurrect like a ghost, echoing his voice from everywhere. Most of your most difficult to face enemies were awakeners, those with incredible skills, unseen and unheard by anyone. They all called you the cavalry commander, taking for granted names that don't exist in the present, spewing stories about unfamiliar political situations, beings who existed yet did not. Who exactly were they? And who are you who faced them? What is the identity of this cavalry commander they fear? Damn you. Indeed, all this time, Nahan had been conjuring Yudhir's past enemies as illusions, gathering information about him. Due to his excessive intelligence, Nahan had aptly picked up information, and with each word he uttered, Yudhir couldn't help but feel unsettled. Even if he didn't want to be disturbed, his heart involuntarily wavered. Each time that happened, his wavering fed into Nahan's illusion, giving it strength. The illusion of Kishir grew clearer, and their voices began to mix. Is the secret of the tremendous power and knowledge that you possess hidden in this mystery? Am I right? What do you think? What do you think? What's the answer? The voice shifted from Nahan's to Kishir's and then back to Nahan's again. The illusion, becoming increasingly gigantic and vivid, swelled up, pressing down on Yudhir. He sensed that this moment was Nahan's gambit, the instant he had been waiting to strike at him. But Yudhir hadn't been waiting all this time just to be passively defeated. The most vulnerable moment for a person is when they abandon defense and launch into an attack. Therefore, this was precisely the moment when Nahan and the grotesquely widened range of his illusion due to his rampage would be at their weakest. Shut up. Yudhir clenched his fist and slammed it towards the ground, unleashing his power. Simultaneously, a massive force of earth stirred, violently shaking the area around him. The shadowy curtain that constituted the space began to tremble in response, but Yudhir trusted in Kishir and Kakane. Not yet, just a little more. Before Nahan's illusion could shake Yudhir's mind any further, and before the magic power that Kishir had bestowed ran out, Yudhir had to break the illusion and find Nahan's true body first. Yudhir continued to exert his power. The ground, which had absorbed endless amounts of enormous power, shook as if it were about to collapse. He unleashed an attack that left no place for Nahan to hide, regardless of where he was concealed. How long had he done this? Finally, the innocently babbling illusion of Kishore shattered into disarray. Indeed, if he couldn't directly find him, shaking the entirety was the way. Though Yudhir had also exhausted a tremendous amount of power in the process, the disappearance of the irritating illusion was a significant relief. Where is he? Based on the moment the illusion shattered, Yudhir turned his head, making a guess. In the bloodshot gaze, a corner within the darkness came into view. There you are,